On page 155, we learned about classroom management. I want to supplement what we read in this section of the chapter by introducing two methods that teachers popularly use in order to manage their class. One is the consequential method, and the other is the preventative method. I feel like I'm on Sesame Street. Okay, boys and girls, we're going to learn two new words, consequential and preventative. Okay, so what does the consequential method imply? That implies that a teacher will manage the class by either giving positive feedback when a child does something correct and negative feedback when the child does something that is incorrect. Remember the video that we saw earlier of teacher Ava doing a letter picture exercise? She gave positive feedback whenever a child gave a correct answer and gave slightly negative feedback when a child gave an incorrect answer. Whenever a child was listening, the teacher would give positive feedback. When the child wasn't listening, then you would hear negative feedback from the teacher. Also, the consequential method implies that the teacher will reward the child for doing things right and punish the child whenever the child does not do things right. So a teacher who puts students in timeout for behaving badly and give them a sticker, a gold star for behaving correctly, then that would be someone who uses the consequential method. Now, what about the preventative method, boys and girls? So the preventative method implies that the teacher uses organization to make sure that no problems occur in the classroom. What do I mean by organized? Well, there's physical organization and then there is mental organization. Physical organization is when you have everything in the classroom set up for all of your teacher organized activities and child initiated activities. So if you're doing group activities in which you are supervising the kids, you have to make sure that all of the materials are set up in the classroom. Art materials, math materials, science materials, reading materials, anything that you need for this activity. Same thing for child-focused activities. We're talking about activities in which the children do on their own without teacher supervision. Making sure that all the Legos are out and the blocks and this and that and everything is put out for the child. See, by doing that, the teacher has fewer and fewer problems to deal with, and that's preventative. Now, what is mental organization? Mental organization is when you're constantly aware of the kids who are in your classroom, making sure that you are avoiding any potential problems. So for example, if you've got two kids who don't particularly like each other, a good way to exhibit mental organization is to make sure that the two kids are playing separately in different areas. Or let's say that you have children who have a feisty temperament. Those are the children that these teachers shadow, meaning they stay near them. Or a teacher is very watchful of any accident waiting to happen or any situation waiting to happen. So the teacher is just constantly looking around, making sure he or she knows everything that is going on. So that is the preventative style. Okay, so now for the last part of the ICA, I want you to give an example of how you've used either the consequential method or the preventative method. You can do that in 1 to 3 sentences. So any situation in which you've used the consequential method or have used the preventative method. And that's it, pretty simple, 1 to 3 sentences. How have you used either of the two methods? And that is pretty much it.